All right, I hope it wasn't too clickbaity, but the easy money has been made. First off, we are celebrating here. We have hit 500 subscribers, 506 as of tonight while I'm doing that, which gives us a new goal of 600 and also means that we have another giveaway. So to celebrate, I like to celebrate goals once we get there. We're not setting up the next goal. We're saying, hey, we already got somewhere and I want to celebrate you being here and being on the channel and following along. So I want to celebrate. I got just a generic play mat for you. So that's what the giveaway is going to be. We're trying to up them every time. I don't know how long I'll be able to do that, but we're trying to keep them going upwards, the value of the giveaways. So these sell for, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks. So we're going to give it away. So leave a comment in this video, whatever interests you to comment about. Partake in the comments of this video, and in a couple days, I'll pull the winner and we'll see who won. So that's that. Okay, here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the easy money that's already been made. And here's my first line. This is what I'm going to say. The easy money's already been made, and now no money will be made. Don't freak out. Don't go and sell your cards right now. Like, don't freak out. I don't mean that no money will be made. Obviously, it's a collectible card game. The value is going to hold as long as the game is still strong. Your cards are going to have value. But here's my point. I want to focus in on Alpha and First Edition Arc for now. We'll talk about Crew. But back in the day, you saw cards selling all the time, and for a while you could pick up, and in the market cards were moving and flowing and people were taking profits, and people had got boxes for 80 bucks and they made their money. And then the second generation of people came in and they made their money, and some people held some cards and some people didn't. And then like in early December, we had kind of this huge month with these rapid growths, right? And people who got the product super early sold their legendaries for $800, like this a magic amount of money, and they cashed in and they made tons of money. And people were selling rainbow foils, and they cashed in and they made $220 for a foil Lightning Strike. And it was a crazy, TCG player launched, and everybody hopped on and listed their cards and thought they were making so much money. And the highest sold listing of a TCG player and Lightning Strike rainbow foil is like $280, and somebody listed that thinking this will never sell, and then it sold, right? And so these people thought, hey, they made easy money. They were like, yes. But then the second generation of these easy people, the people who bought the $250 E-Strike, ended up selling it, right? We've sold listings at E-Strike for $1,500 rainbow foil. So more easy money was made, right? A month went by and they made that easy money. But here's what I want to say. The easy money has been made, but now no money will be made. And this is what I mean by that. The cards seem to have found collectors who don't want to sell. Like if you wanted to sell, if you wanted to make money, typically you'd try to profit like 100%, especially in collectible card games. Things tend to move in like 100%. So like we saw this with Crew boxes. It happened kind of rapidly, but there was a sell-off point at like $150. And then there was another sell-off point at $300. And then we saw a sell-off point last week at $600. People doubling up their money. Well, we've completely gone past that with these Arcane Rising and these Arc First and Alpha cards. We've completely gone past people trying to double their money. Now kind of the big sell-off points we saw were like $200, $300 for a rainbow foil Majestic. And now the asking price is just like astronomical. Like, and even like I had somebody reach out to me the other day and said that they were offered, I'm not even gonna say what card it is because I don't want to do anything, but they were offered $2,500 for a card, and they said no. And like, I'll just tell you, the current market price of that card, the latest sold listing of that card is nowhere close to $2,500. And so what people are doing is they're just holding on. They're having, remember we talked diamond hands on these cards, because for them, here's what I think. I don't think they're investments. I was wrong. I thought early on, way back in the middle of December when we were seeing all these people buying these rainbow foil alpha cards, I thought people were investing. But man, was I wrong. They're not investing, they're collecting. Like, they want these cards for their collection and they don't want to give up with them. Like, they have cards that are that they could sell today with people who are offering them money for it, and they could triple, quadruple, multiply their money, but they're saying no because they want the cards. And so I don't think there's any more money to be made. I mean, I'm sure we'll see some sold listings, but I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep going through on my list and tracking the prices for everybody, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I don't think we're gonna see very many sold listings. I don't think there's any more money to be made in those cards because I don't think people are going to sell them. So there will never be money change hand, and these cards are just gonna become these things where if you're a collector and you end up wanting them, you're just gonna have to pay an outrageous amount of money. I think you're just gonna have to not even think about sold listings from, I mean, right now, some of those cards while I'm looking up, like the most recent sold listing, the most recent Discord sold listing, the most recent, not even sold, the most recent offer on a Discord or on Facebook group or anything is like a month and a half old. Like nobody is moving these cards because apparently nobody wants to sell them. And so that's what I think. I just think, man, like these cards have reached a hand of people who they just don't care about making money right now. And maybe sometime that will happen and they'll be like, okay, it's time to bail out, and they'll put them up on the market. And honestly, I feel like they're going to be able to name their own price for them. But right now, I just think that the easy money has been made in those cards. And now everyone who has them is just holding on, hoping, and waiting, really not even hoping at this point, but waiting for the game to just skyrocket and take off and to become, the people who own the first printing of these cards that's crazy expensive. So that's Alpha and Arc. And I think also it's kind of already happened with Crew as well. We kind of saw this huge trajectory, and now Crew cards I think still have some room to grow, but they're kind of flatlined, right? They're kind of balancing out. And maybe that's a little premature as we still have so much product entering the market. And so I think we'll see some ebbs and flows of those cards, and there's still tons moving hands, but kind of that quick and easy money was already made. There were people who I bought some cold foil Majestics for $60 like 2 months ago. And I know people who did that and who aren't selling at $120. And they didn't sell at $120. And they're not selling right now at $350. And so like, when are they gonna sell? My guess is like 5 years, 10 years. I know as a Magic the Gathering collector, one of the things I always said was anytime I purchase something, I have a 5-year minimum on it. Don't even think about the prices until then. I don't even think about selling them till then, because as somebody who like thought of collecting as like a potential money-making kind of thing, as like a side hobby to kind of grow my wealth, it was like 5 years seems to be like the perfect amount of time that you reach this plateau, and then it's like, okay, you can reinvest back into the next set. So that's what I used to do with like Magic sealed booster boxes. I kind of put a 5-year timeline on things before I even thought about selling them. And honestly, I'm like 3.5 years into collecting sealed products, so I've never even reached there. But sorry, that was a huge tangent. So I just think Crucible and all these cards, like people have already made their money, and now they're just holding on to the cards. And right now I think you're seeing that change hands with Crucible. But I think in 6 months what we're going to be saying is there's no Crucible being sold. Where are all the cold foils? There's none on the market. Nobody's selling them. Everyone's trying to buy them. Everybody wants them, but nobody can find them to purchase because the people who have them, just like the foil and lightning strike example I'm using, the people who own a foil and lightning strike, like what purpose do they have in selling it? Like if they don't absolutely need the money right now, they have zero reason to sell the card because there's none being offered. They'd be setting their price and they don't want to set it too low. And there's just so few of those cards too. It's absolutely amazing. And so that's what brings me into Monarch. And I wonder, I kind of said the easy money's already been made in Flesh and Blood. And it makes me wonder if the easy money's already been made for Monarch too, and that, sorry, not for Monarch, but that there's no easy money to be made in Monarch. I think everybody kind of thinks, oh, I can pre-order a box at $75 and in 3 months it's going to be worth $600. But what I think we're seeing with Crew right now, with Crucible of War, is that that's just not going to be the case. They are going to continuously slow drip product to the market. And I'm guessing that the print run is going to be way, way higher on Monarch. So I think that there's going to be a ton of people, I already know this, there's going to be a ton of people who are just sitting on sealed product expecting it to be $600 6 months out. And that's just not going to happen because the amount of people who are going to sit on sealed product for that reason. You know, that didn't really happen with Crucible. I think most people opened Crucible. There's kind of this thing of like, how is the set going to kind of fit into the overall archetype? You can't draft it, you can't do things with it. Like, so I think people kind of sat on it being like, yeah, I'll open it and see what I get. But then in the last, 3-4 weeks, we've seen, I know all product that you get, everyone's hoarding it, right? Like anyone who can get boxes isn't opening it. People aren't cracking the boxes, whereas before everyone was cracking it. And I think with Monarch, you're going to see the opposite. I think not everyone, I think a lot of people are going to keep the product sealed for themselves, thinking as a long-term investment. And so I think that's going to really slow, and that easy money is going to be really hard to make with Monarch. Again, that's just my opinion. Don't take that for what it is. I know for me, like I'm trying to get as many boxes as I can for the channel of first edition to open and to do for patron packs and to just do for as long as I can. I'll probably keep, I think I have 3 or 4 boxes of Crew. I'll probably try to keep that same amount sealed because I like collecting sealed product, but I do not anticipate that easy money of being able to multiply by 10 my Monarch boxes 6 months out. So that's all I want to say. I just want to talk about some easy money that I think's already been made. I'm interested to hear your comments. Remember, anything you leave in the comment enters you to win this playmat. If you've already got a playmat and you win it, you can give it to a friend. You can teach somebody how to play the game and give it to them. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all the patrons that make everything possible. My patron, I'm trying to keep up with all the messages. It's been exhausting, but it's so fun to hear from you and to talk to you and to know that you're enjoying the content. I hope you're having a good day. I hope this found you well. Those of you who have made the easy money, I want to hear your stories, right? Like, shoot me a message. Tell me like why you got into the game, why you ended up selling, why you didn't sell. If you're one of the people who's having the diamond hands on the rainbow foil Majestics from Arc and first edition and Alpha, please let me know. Like, what do you have an exit strategy? I'm just trying to gain more understanding of the market. It's just so crazy to me. Like, people are just saying no to $2,500 for a card that it just baffles me. So I just want to know the stories. I won't share your name. We'll just kind of talk about it, and it'll be great. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. Remember, I don't have any with me, but they're just cards. This is just it's just a piece of cardboard. You don't have to get so serious about it. Hope you have a great day.